Have you ever walked into a library and felt like someone or something was watching you? What if I told you this library doesn't lend books? It steals souls. This is a place where books are more than stories, where the shelves hold more than just knowledge. This library is a doorway to the dead, and the ones who guide you through it. They've been here for centuries, waiting for you. This library is older than anyone remembers. There are no records of when it was built, no photographs of its construction. It simply exists. Locals avoid it, speaking of strange occurrences and lingering shadows. But for those curious enough to enter, one thing becomes clear. This place is alive. They say the attendants never leave. They're always here, quiet, watchful. They know your name before you speak it. They know why you've come, and they're waiting for the moment to claim you. The first thing you notice is the cold. It wraps around you like a second skin. The air feels heavy, suffocating, as if the library is pressing in on you. And then, the whispers start. They're soft at first, but the longer you stay, the louder they become. Here, the books don't just hold stories, they hold lives. Each book contains the name of someone who has passed and how they died. Some books are thin, their lives cut short. Others are thick, their stories long and tragic. And somewhere, in this endless maze of shelves, is your book. It's said that the library chooses its patrons. Once you step inside, it knows you. It remembers you. And if it decides you belong, it won't let you leave. At night, the library transforms. The shelves become tombstones, the bookshelves grave markers. The attendants shed their disguises, revealing what they truly are. The dead, cursed to guard the library for eternity. Their eyes hollow, their mouths twisted into silent screams. And if you're here when the transformation begins, it's already too late. The library isn't just a resting place for the dead. It's a trap, a gateway, and the attendants, they're always looking for new recruits. They'll chase you. They'll whisper your secrets, your fears. They'll promise you safety, but it's all a lie. Once they catch you, you'll never leave. You'll become one of them. Your name added to the books, your soul trapped here forever. And the worst part, you'll forget who you were. You'll become another shadow, wandering the aisles, waiting for the next unlucky visitor. Lucy and James had heard the rumors. A library where the dead served as attendants, where books recorded the lives and deaths of those who dared to enter. No one who stayed past midnight ever returned. But like all who think themselves brave, they ignored the warnings. It was just an old library after all, or so they thought. As the door closed, the silence was immediate. The outside world disappeared, leaving only the echo of their footsteps and the oppressive stillness of the library. The library seemed ordinary at first, though unsettling. Every shelf was packed with books, each title stranger than the last. Lucy picked one at random. It was heavy, its leather binding cracked and worn. The title read, James Andrews' Obituary. She froze. James laughed nervously when she called him over, waving it off as an elaborate prank. The laughter faded. More books fell from the shelves, each bearing their names. Each blank, except for the times of their deaths. They should have left, but curiosity is a trap, and the library had already chosen them. The library was no longer a library. It was alive, shifting, transforming around them. Shelves warped into gravestones. Bookshelves split and twisted into eerie monuments. The dead had awakened. The attendants stepped into view, their skeletal faces blank, their empty eyes glowing faintly. They moved without sound, their bony fingers reaching toward the friends as if pulling them deeper into the cemetery that had replaced the library. At the heart of the library was the Book of the Dead. It chronicled every life taken, every soul claimed. Lucy's name appeared first, her story unfolding line by line. Lucy Evans, lost to the labyrinth. Time, 11:48 p.m. James stared at the next line as it wrote itself. James Andrews, suffocated beneath the tombs. Time, 11:47 p.m. Their watches ticked closer to midnight. The library was counting down. They ran blindly, the attendants in pursuit. The whispers became screams. Books rained from the shelves, slamming to the ground with the force of falling gravestones. But every aisle they turned down led them back to the same place, the pedestal and the book that held their fates. James sacrificed himself to give Lucy a chance, but in the library of the dead, there are no survivors, only delays. The clock struck 11:48. Lucy's screams were cut short as the ground beneath her opened. She fell into the deep, her voice swallowed by the void. And so, the library of the dead waits for its next visitors. For once you enter, it knows you. It writes your story, and it keeps you forever. The library isn't gone. It's still there, waiting for someone like you. The next time you feel a chill in a quiet library, listen closely. You might hear the whispers. And if you do, run. Have you heard of other haunted libraries? Share your story in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and join us for more chilling tales of the unknown. See you next time, if you survive the night.